Alright guys, so today we're going to be playing on the John Deere 853M track fella buncher. We're back on a clear cut scenario here, where this is the track that we got flooded out on. Everybody remembers it. We spent like a week trying to get our equipment out. If you don't, go back and find the videos. They were good videos. You're going to be riding in the cab with me here. We're going to be picking up this blown down stuff. As y'all can see in front of the cutter head right there, it is really bad. Y'all look at all the stuff blowed down right here underneath me. It's bad. We have rain moving in. You can probably see or hear the rain falling right now. It's starting. We're in a push to get everything up and get 3 more trucks out of here today before the rain gets too bad and the roads get too bad. All right, so something really quick I want to show y'all here before we get busy cutting. Timbermatic. It's one of the coolest things John Deere has come up with, in my opinion, as far as technology and helping you work more efficiently, because anybody knows me, I love to work more efficient. You can do everything that this computer tells you to do or helps tell you to do without it. You can completely log without it. We've been doing it for years without it, but it actually helps a bunch. I just wanted to show y'all really quick. But anyway, what this does here is this is an aerial view of the track that we're cutting, that we're working. These yellow lines here, that's where the skidder drove in. And then you can see where he drove down the road and all that. All these little blue triangles and everything y'all see there, that is bunches of wood. You know, if every time I drop a bundle of wood, it puts a little marker there, and you see the little skidder icon here as well. That's telling me where my skidder is at. It updates every 2 minutes. It's not like a live thing, but it shows you that, and then it also shows you your current location, where you're at. And you can keep up with everywhere you've been, everywhere there's wood. And then this also transfers over to the skidder. It's just like using your cell phone or a tablet or anything like that. If you can maneuver Facebook, you can work this. I mean, you can see it's all pinch, you know, pinch zoom, stuff like that. It works really fast. It's no lag, no delay. There's several features like measuring tools, and you can drop down little things here showing you know, skid routes. You can also do little points of interest, areas of interest, lines of interest. There's all kind of stuff, and then it keeps up with your tonnage over here. There's all kind of stuff in the backside of the computer that I'm not going to get into, but there's just all kinds of stuff here. Tons of information for your job. And you can get, you know, roughly how much wood is on the ground, how much is still to be picked up, and all this, that, and the other. Amazing tool, amazing tool. If you have John Deere products, especially cutters, rubber tire or track, and skidders, I highly, highly, highly suggest you ask your John Deere dealer about this and get it put in your machines today. Alright, we're going to try a different video. Well, it's not a different video. We're trying a different camera angle today. We got y'all above up here, and you can really see my hands. You can see my hands. Yeah. All right. So what we're doing here is we're running the John Deere 853 track fella buncher. You ain't gonna be able to see really well outside, but I guess you can get a gist of everything that's going on. You can't see real far out there, I guess is what I should be saying. But what we're doing here is we are picking up a lot of this blown down stuff and racing the rain. And right now the rain is winning. Right now, it is, y'all can see everything looks a little damp outside. It is trying to rain. We have more rain on the way. It's steady rain coming. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to load our last 3 trucks. Like like I was hoping. And it's supposed to rain pretty well all night. So if it rains all night, we're probably going to have to lay our trucks off first thing in the morning. But that's alright, because we humped up and we got it earlier in the week. We got extra ahead, I guess you'd say, extra loads. So if we miss a little bit tomorrow, it'll be alright. We're still going to come out and pile up, as long as it's not felt like, 14 inches of rain. And hopefully they don't forecast it, but they weren't forecasting it last time neither. And hopefully the creek won't rise too much, and we won't get flooded out of here again. Anyway, y'all can see where the FR50 John Deere head comes in big handy doing this stuff. Because as was or is most of the other tracks that we've cut that's had the second hurricane come through, and it was damaged pretty good from the first one, now you have stuff blown multiple directions. So when we were here the first time, everything was blown the opposite direction of that one that we just picked up. And you can get down here on one end and kind of start and work everything pretty easy. Everything is so tangled up now, you don't know how to go about it. And the thing that sucks even worse about that now is, y'all see how I'm throwing that wood like that? I know y'all can't see them, but straight the way my boom is facing over there, that is where Mickey and them is set up with the loaders. So I'm having to throw all my butts back this way, backwards from the loader. So Michael's having to come down here and grab all this stuff, spin it around. It just ain't no fun for nobody. Trying a different microphone setup today. Had to wrap the wire differently. It was like dangling right in front of my face. It's about to make my eyeballs go cross-eyed. I don't think running this thing cross-eyed would be a good idea. What about y'all? What do you think? Do you think running this thing cross-eyed would be a good idea? Go down in the comments. Tell me. Mickey might get some real screwed up stuff at the loader. Especially Michael. He'd be sure enough mad at me. Try and fish these hardwoods back out. I know y'all couldn't really see over there, but that was one of those trees that was leaning really good, and I was scared to touch it. If you touched it wrong with it leaning like it was, it'd pop it off the stump because it's leaning so hard it'd just break it, so brittle. So instead of taking a chance on breaking it and then having to pick it up, I just cut the bushes with it, and then I dig them out once I throw it down. Well, we're cutting right along the backside of it's a hayfield and a SMZ. It's actually a canal, if I remember right, kind of right over in here. There's that big canal. This used to be some type of farmland, if I'm remembering or understood them right. This was rice fields. They grew rice in this, and they use those water canals to flood and unflood, I guess you'd say, their fields to grow the rice in. And it's just grew up in old natural hardwoods from where it didn't get planted in pine. But it is a waterway, so we have to treat it like an SMZ, keep all of our trash out of it, our tops. I can't be over there harvesting any hardwood, that type of stuff. So right here where we're at, according to the watermarks on the trees, water was anywhere between 2 to 5 foot deep in this area right in here. Where we started back there a minute ago, it was about 2 foot. Where we're starting to get elevations going down, y'all should start see some water in places on the ground. Where you start seeing the water on the ground, it was about 5 foot deep. Definitely would not have wanted to been in here whenever it was flooding. See, right about in here, y'all can see the water. And it'd have been about 5 foot right in here. Just looking at the marks on the trees. So what we're going to do right here, you see we got this water hole right up in there. It's just like a swag right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut some of this pine. Uh-oh, look at me. I'm supposed to be a track cutter operator, and I just hung up in about a 15-inch pine tree. I don't want it to fall. I don't want to have to scoot it around. There we go. Now y'all go in the comments and tell me how dumb that was. Well, I hear one of our trucks coming in. Anyway, we're gonna cut these pines and we're gonna tote them back on the other side of this water hole to where Michael will back up here. All right, you see we got our water right here. Michael will back up here and grab this bundle and go this way with it instead of going, instead of having another bundle right up here, kind of right underneath the head on the other side of the water hole. I'll tote those back to this pile right here and leave a big enough gap that Michael can turn his skidder and run down this side of the water hole with the next bundle. Keep him out of that mud hole, because if he gets in that mud hole, he's gonna have to start pushing himself, and that's just gonna slow him down, and that is inefficient. See, if I didn't have that high rotating head, I'd have to track all the way back over there. That's why I can do some of this, more of this, what I call babysitting my skidder, because I have that 360 head. Ease through here. That was a broke tree. We're gonna pick up these couple of broke tops. And we're gonna be far enough away from that water hole now that I'll just go on ahead and lay this down over here instead of toting more back to that last pile. Sweep out a clean area, lay them down. Cut these couple of hardwoods, where they don't get tangled up with Michael. See the way this tree here is laying over the top of these other two tops. Break them bushes back so Michael don't get them messed up in his drag there. See, that is trash. That's just an old snag. This one here is just long enough. It's gonna make spec, so it's got to go. Now, typically, I would be trying to reach on over there and grab those other trees that you see, but I need to leave enough to come back and do, because I'm far enough away from that SMZ now that I'm gonna have to make me a new run. And we're getting up on a pretty good little old hill right here, so that's good. This will be a place I can try and funnel more of Michael's wood too, so he can run the high spots over here instead of having to fight the mud and the low spots. So y'all go down in the comments and y'all tell me what y'all think about this view like this. Y'all like this? Y'all like this type of, this video format where we're just riding and talking? Y'all like what we've been doing? I don't know how well I'll be able to get the other guys to let me mic them up like this, but they might. Y'all go down below and tell me what y'all think about this view like this. I think it's pretty cool. You can watch my hands work, you can watch my feet work, which my feet ain't doing a whole bunch. Y'all can see my map. Pretty nifty little view angle. Alright, and then see, here's the fun stuff. That tree top is covering that up, so I'm gonna pick that up, throw that off over yonder. And looks like this tree starts somewhere about right in here. Right there maybe? I'm sure y'all couldn't even see that tree on the camera. It's covered up with the vines and briars and pine straw so bad already. And you got to figure out where it starts and stops. And this here is just a trash piece. Cut it, throw it down. There's a whole bunch of these snags. Just gotta cut them and throw them to the side. Here's another good example. You got a tree over top of several other trees, and it's just all kinds of fun. You also want to keep this stuff kind of raked out from in front of your tracks. That way you're not twisting your tracks, crawling over these broke pieces. That way you're not putting extra wear and tear on your tracks for nothing. You also want to, which I know you're not going to be able to see here, but there's like this tree standing, and this tree here is standing. Then you got one on the ground. So you cut your two standing ones first, and then you cut your blown down one, and then you just make a whole new pile right there like that. You try and cut everything standing first, then cut your stuff on the ground once you go to the ground, instead of up, down, up, down. We will call them back in a minute. And then you got the option, the great joys of like that one there. We throwed it down and it broke. Alright guys, we're fixing to wrap this video up. Thank y'all so much for watching today. Y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below. If you'd like a shirt, link for shirts are down in the description. Hopefully we can finish getting our trucks loaded out. I see one coming in now. The rain's starting to get heavier. I'm not sure how much more we're going to be able to do trucking wise, but we're going to keep piling up. So we're going to make some mountains of wood in here, because after today's rain we have like 10 days of no rain at all. So we're going to get after it.